More than 5,000 years ago, along the banks of the Nile River, one of the greatest civilizations in human history began to rise. Ancient Egypt was a land of powerful pharaohs, towering pyramids, hidden tombs, mysterious gods, and incredible knowledge. They built monuments so enormous that they still stand today, thousands of years later. They believed their rulers could live forever, preserved their dead through mummification, and filled hidden tombs with treasures beyond imagination. But behind the golden masks and magnificent temples lay a world of secrets, power, religion, and mystery. How did a civilization that lasted for more than 3,000 years become one of history's greatest legends? And what hidden secrets still lie buried beneath the sands of Egypt? This is the story of ancient Egypt. Long before the rise of many famous civilizations, the fertile land surrounding the Nile River gave birth to a remarkable society. Every year, the Nile flooded its banks, leaving behind rich soil that allowed farmers to grow wheat, barley, vegetables, and fruits. The river became the lifeline of Egypt, providing food, transportation, trade routes, and prosperity. Small villages gradually transformed into towns, and towns became powerful kingdoms. Around 3100 BC, Upper and Lower Egypt were united under a single ruler, creating one of the world's first great civilizations. At the center of Egyptian society stood the pharaohs, rulers believed to be chosen by the gods themselves. To the people of Egypt, the pharaoh was more than a king, he was the connection between humanity and the divine world. Under their rule, Egypt entered an age of extraordinary power, wealth, and achievement. The pharaohs desired immortality. They believed that death was not the end of life but the beginning of a new journey. To prepare for eternity, they built some of the greatest monuments ever created by human hands. Among these were the pyramids, enormous stone structures designed as royal tombs. The Great Pyramid of Giza, built for Pharaoh Khufu, became one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world and remains one of the greatest engineering achievements in history. Millions of stone blocks, each weighing several tons, were carefully placed to create monuments that could survive forever. Surrounding the pyramids were temples, ceremonial pathways, and hidden chambers filled with treasures. Gold, jewelry, statues, furniture, weapons, and sacred objects were buried with the dead, as Egyptians believed these items would be needed in the afterlife. The pyramids were not simply tombs, they were symbols of power, faith, and humanity's desire to conquer death itself. Religion shaped every part of Egyptian life. The ancient Egyptians worshipped hundreds of gods and goddesses, each representing different forces of nature and human existence. Ra was the god of the sun, Osiris ruled the world of the dead, Isis symbolized magic and motherhood, and Anubis guided souls into the afterlife. Egyptians believed that preserving the body was essential for life after death, which led to the practice of mummification. Skilled priests carefully prepared bodies, removing organs, drying the body, and wrapping it in layers of linen. The process could take many weeks and was considered sacred. According to Egyptian beliefs, every person would eventually face judgment. In the Hall of Truth, the heart of the dead would be weighed against the feather of Ma'at, the symbol of truth and balance. If the heart was pure, the soul could enter eternal life. If not, it would be lost forever. This powerful belief system gave meaning to life and death and inspired the creation of some of history's most extraordinary tombs. Ancient Egypt was not only a land of religion and monuments, it was also a civilization of remarkable knowledge. Egyptian architects designed enormous temples and pyramids with astonishing precision. Mathematicians calculated measurements needed for construction, while astronomers carefully observed the stars and planets. Egyptian priests developed calendars that helped predict the flooding of the Nile and organize religious ceremonies. Physicians recorded medical treatments and surgeries on ancient papyrus scrolls, creating some of the earliest known medical knowledge in history. Egyptian scribes used hieroglyphics, one of the world's most famous writing systems, to record stories, laws, prayers, and historical events. Hidden within temples and tombs, these writings continue to reveal secrets about one of humanity's greatest civilizations. Yet among all the discoveries made by archaeologists, one treasure would capture the imagination of the entire world, the tomb of a young king named Tutankhamun. In 1922, archaeologist Howard Carter made one of history's most famous discoveries. Deep inside the Valley of the Kings, hidden beneath centuries of sand and stone, lay the nearly untouched tomb of Pharaoh Tutankhamun. Inside were extraordinary treasures, golden statues, chariots, jewelry, weapons, furniture, and the famous golden mask that became a symbol of ancient Egypt itself. Yet Tutankhamun's story remained mysterious. He became king while still a child and died at a very young age. Questions about his life and death continue to fascinate historians today. The discovery of his tomb revealed not only the wealth of the pharaohs but also the incredible skill and artistry of Egyptian craftsmen. However, even a civilization as powerful as Egypt could not last forever. Over thousands of years, foreign invasions, political struggles, and changing dynasties slowly weakened the land of the pharaohs. For more than 3,000 years, ancient Egypt survived wars, invasions, and changing rulers. But eventually, powerful foreign empires began to dominate the region. The Persians conquered Egypt, followed by Alexander the Great, whose successors created the Ptolemaic dynasty. One of its most famous rulers was Cleopatra VII, whose story became legendary. Yet even Cleopatra could not stop the rise of Rome. In 30 BC, after her death, Egypt became part of the Roman Empire, bringing the age of the pharaohs to an end. But Egypt itself did not disappear. Its monuments survived. Its writings endured. Its temples still stand beneath the desert sky. And thousands of years later, archaeologists continue to uncover hidden tombs, forgotten cities, and new secrets buried beneath the sands. The pharaohs believed they could live forever, and in many ways, they succeeded. Their pyramids still rise above the desert. Their temples still tell stories carved in stone. Their treasures continue to amaze the world, and their mysteries remain unsolved. Ancient Egypt was more than a civilization, it was a world of gods, kings, knowledge, and secrets that changed human history forever. And perhaps, somewhere beneath the endless sands, there are still discoveries waiting to be found. History still hides countless untold stories. If you enjoy exploring the world's greatest mysteries, subscribe to Hidden History Vault and join us on the next journey into the forgotten past.